Alrighty then, folks. We are here. Once again, and 5 minutes ago, the show was starting in 5 minutes. So we're on. Set that aside. And it's a beautiful day here at the Hot Shop, and beautiful is completely dependent on how you think about things, because it was a really rough day blowing glass today. We were losing pieces left and right, and it's super hot, but it's still a beautiful day, and we're about to stream some live glass blowing, and everything is amazing around here. So I hope everybody else is having a beautiful day in their homes, in the air conditioning, and or out in a hammock somewhere watching this as the sun is going down. Anything like that would be incredible, because we've got a beautiful show lined up for the evening. Hopefully everything is working on everybody's end and everything is beautiful. And I've already said that, so we're going to get on with the show. We'll go over the board in a second. We'll go over the table in a second. Folks, if you're a part of our e-news and you're a part of our weekly newsletter that goes into your email box and tells you all about the Glass Academy and what we've got going on and specials and great things, then you know that tonight the show is about the color orange. And that's all she's got to say.
That's all I've got.
But we'll briefly pass by this beautifully displayed product table here, folks. All orange products. The color represents...
Oh, that's the question. Don't tell them.
Blank. Can't tell you because that's the giveaway question. But we've got some beautiful products lined up. Some one and done, some have multiples. You're going to see all that information later. A little more information on tonight is that we are not going to be having a Glass Academy challenge for the cup here. And folks, everyone say hi to Bridget over here, handling tech support, guest tech support appearance tonight. You all know Bridget really well if you've been into the gallery and or even on the Glass Academy Addicts page. She's become a voice for the Glass Academy here, and she's helping us on tech support. So if you got questions, shoot them her way, shoot it to the Glass Academy page. She'll be answering for you.
Because, someone's missing.
Someone's missing, that's right, and that's Chris. He's not here tonight. And what I was going to say is that I have, and you could zoom in or you could maybe not see, but I am on a 4-week win streak, folks, for the Glass Academy Challenge for the GA Detroit's Cup here. Ba-boom. And Chris wasn't able to make it tonight. My uncle's in town from Chicago, and they booked a beautiful dinner together, and he was going to cancel it, but Michelle made the executive call that we could do it without him tonight, and he can go have a good time, and we're going to handle the show. And so we still wanted to have a challenge, but I thought, and Michelle agreed, that it wouldn't be fair for me to go on a 5-show winning streak if he wasn't here to beat me. So Marcy was the one that almost beat me last week, but it doesn't even wouldn't feel real if I had 5 in a row and one of the glass blowers wasn't here. It feels like I'd be getting a leg up on them. So we're not going to have the challenge tonight. We're just going to relax. And we also have, take a look at the board, a really packed night lined up. We've rearranged our numbers here, so don't get your mind in a pretzel. Number 1, we're going to start right off. We're skipping the warmer-uppers since it's impossible that we're not warm and completely covered in sweat today. And we're going to jump right into an artist choice for Tanya, folks. And I'll explain that one when I get through the board because I'm really excited about it. Number 2 is an artist choice, which Michelle is going to have the microphone. She's going to explain to all of you, what the idea is and what a beautiful thing that's going to be happening is coming up real soon on Thursdays. And this is going to be kind of a pre-show to something else that she'll explain to you as we're doing it. And that's going to be an absolute blast, something totally experimental and something you all have never seen us do before on The Gathering Point. Number 3 is a custom tulip glass, one of 2. Steve and Suzanne Gross, who are great Glass Academy addicts and family friends, Aurora, who works here as parents, are asking for 2 more tulip glasses. They have a Tigers one in Tigers colors. They want a Michigan State one, which I said, sorry, we're not doing that on the live show. And then we want a Red Wings one. So we're going to be making the Red Wings one on the show for them. Michigan State one, we're going to shut everything down and make sure we're not representing Michigan State too loud because we're big U of M fans. But we're going to do that off the camera at another time, even though my roommate's from State. But anyway, that's the beautiful idea for tonight. And we got a giveaway after that, folks. We'll show you the giveaway question and how you can win free glass, which we give away every single show.
Did you tell them about the item, the random item that's going to land in here?
This one, number 2, the artist choice. That's your special deal.
Yes, and did you tell them where
I told
it's
them
going to appear?
A lot of crazy action on a Thursday is all I said,
okay.
And I figured you would just talk to them about it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
Marcy's in charge of the camera for now. You're rolling. I'm talking about some back-end stuff. And Marcy and I will switch off.
So what I'll do is explain Tanya's piece to everybody. We'll go over the product table. We have to before, since 6:30 is going to come while I'm making this piece.
Yeah.
And then we'll switch it up. So I'm going to grab a piece of chalk here and explain to you all what I'm doing for Tanya. Tanya loves to put in artist choice pieces, which are a really, really beautiful thing. And she gives us a price, and she says this one is specifically for Jacob, or she's got one for Michelle coming up down the line here a little bit as well. You can pick your artist, you pick the price, and we make something totally creative out of our own brains. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. And she already has a collection going where I have a theme of these Van Gogh spheres, solid spheres, incorporated into multiple pieces that I'm really in love with making. So I'm going to continue that trend tonight. And it's going to be slightly reminiscent of our GA Gathering Point Cup, because I'm going to go with the basket weave low bowl special.
So this is what face or YouTube.
Let's see this now. We'll see if I can tuck that lip in that much to make it as low of a bowl. I'm going to do the best I can, but it's a very difficult shape to maneuver. I'm going to need to get the paper out for that so I can hold the glass. I'm going to have a beautiful Ovolio right here, a nice short one. Then I'm going to do the Van Gogh ball right here, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. Van Gogh, for anybody who's watching, a first-time viewer. It's a beautiful spiral color pattern. It originated from the Van Gogh painting, where we could put blue and gold and a splotch of yellow and white all in there together, and it looks like the Van Gogh Starry Night. But we mix them with all different colors and give it a beautiful swirl. It's one of the most appealing color patterns, I'd say, in glassblowing, and a little time consuming. So we're going to do that on the sphere there. Then you got another small Ovolio. And then depending on how things are going, depending on the shape and how everything's really coming along, I'm going to make an executive decision whether we go for a super delicate, it'll depend on the weight of the piece as well, blown foot down here, or if we go for a solid foot, which is going to hold it sturdier and keep it strong and really make sure we got no problems. But that's going to be a on-the-fly call. Marcy's never done that before either. We were talking about it before the show, and we'll talk about it more. She's done blown feet, but not with me, precisely. So there, folks, is the cup. Oh.
I just got word Suzanne is in the car.
Suzanne's in the car.
Driving home, so she's got plenty of time. Suzanne, don't be skidding off anywhere.
Yep, no rush.
Nice drawing, Jake.
Thanks.
Might have to take a picture of that.
Cool. That's the plan. Let's do it.
I just
And the colors I'm going for are going to be this beautiful, which doesn't represent itself in the tray here, but it's a brilliant, like a lime, transparent lime green for the body and for the foot. And then the Van Gogh ball, as most of them have had, is gold brown, white, green, granny green, and I think that's it. Blue maybe in some of them. I think it'll be cool if they all have a little different tone, but at least they've got iridescence and white in all of them somewhere. So that's the plan.
Excuse me, can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Do you know this beautiful bottle here?
I'll get mine.
Where's yours? So in this, it's called Hydro Flask. So tonight's show, I have to see if it showed up. I want all of you to type hashtag Hydro Flask, one word, and after that, Marcy needs one. Jake and I both have Hydro Flask that keeps the ice cooler. It's really good, but Marcy has, I'm not seeing it right now.
Here it comes.
You can keep it on the table, Marcy.
Representing
Marcy has
college.
This cup, and you can see how it leaks the sweat So we said Marcy needs a Hydro Flask. So tonight our goal is to everyone hashtag Hydro Flask. Marcy needs one, and we're gonna see if we can get the attention of Hydro Flask. Worth a try, right?
Why not? Why not, folks? We're the makers. We're making it happen, and here we go.
And if anyone needs a Hydro Flask, it's us.
That's true.
Okay, how are you guys doing this?
Yeah, before we get, I guess, into the show, just one more pass through here on the each number, just so people can get an idea of what we have available tonight. Folks, this goes live at 6:30 on the website. This is what supports our show. The theme tonight, obviously, is orange. And so we've got products from a long time ago. We got brand new products. We got different designs, slugs, carrots. Some of these products we donate. The carrot, I know, has a donation clause, perhaps,
$3.
attached to it, $3 to local farms. But a lot of different beautiful products here. Individual pictures with beautiful nails posted on the website.
And you know what I forgot was number 13. We totally set up the whole show, and someone's like, ooh, they're gonna have a ton of pumpkins on the show, and we did not have one pumpkin on the show. So number 13, which I'm gonna make a little tag for, number 13 is the mystery pumpkin. I put 10 of them on there. I don't know which one you're gonna get. If you're a gambler, this is the show for you. It's the mystery pumpkin.
All right, all right. So I think, Michelle, you're taking the camera for this one?
I am. All right, Marcy, thank you for your service. Let's switch it up.
Yeah, I suppose
Number
to reintroduce
13.
the crew here, Michelle's on the camera. My name's Jacob, and we got Marcy here rolling with us, was on the camera. We're gonna be making this piece together, and it's gonna be amazing. And if there's any new viewers out there, we love to see it in the comment section, and we got 1 million people that are gonna welcome you to the show.
Yeah, so there is a thing called the Glass Academy Addicts. They're on the Facebook page, and these are customers of ours who love the Glass Academy. So what they do is started a Facebook page, and they talk all things glass. So feel free to check them out.
Get it wet.
They are quite adventurous tonight. I don't know the scale of this piece. Looks really cool. We'll see how big it's going to be. Jake's in the clear furnace over there gathering the glass. And when we get to Artist's Choice, we're going to show you some of the unusual things that are kind of laying around the shop. But right now, we'll just focus on Jake for a minute.
I'm going for a core bubble because I also got the larger pipe, which we usually don't bust out. But it's not going to be a small bowl. I don't want it to be super heavy either because the stem's going to be delicate, but I want to have the large pipe for extra support.
Just checking that your mic is on because you did turn it on.
My mic's on?
It's a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
should be.
So he has some clear glass on his pipe. He's going to adjust coloring. I'm going to show you our gathering point stickers. You're going to understand why they have orange in them.
We're going to let that get nice and solid before I gather over it. 'Cause I got a bubble in there now. It starts things off. A lot easier to blow a bubble in a shape this size than get out my full gather and go for a bubble in this crazy molten mass and try and put it on center.
So when you say cool off, how long is it? Like, are we going to be standing here 10 minutes, or what do you think?
Oh, just probably another maybe 37 seconds. I mean, it's already
Time.
pretty darn solid, folks.
Right.
So I think I might go for it.
All right.
That's perfect,
Well, he's
Marcy.
going
Thank you.
for it. Here's the thing we're going to use later called a pastorelli. Here is some kiln wash that's totally dried up in the heat. But back to the action.
And then would you also pull out the large straight rib mold in a minute?
So this show tonight is slightly different in that Jake and I are mics. So I'm gonna try to be silent when he's talking. So we're not talking over each other. But you are gonna hear him direct Marcy.
I'm personally, there's nothing personal about what I'm doing here except for that it's a nice piece for Tanya. But I'm, the smaller one. What am I trying to say? I'm intentionally leaving a large moil on this piece, which means a large amount of glass on the blowpipe. Typically when I'm doing production glass and we're making as many pieces as we can in a row, you want to use the least amount of glass on the pipe because that's just leftover and becomes recycled glass. But right now I'm leaving it real thick up there so that there's extra heat, because I'm gonna be spending a lot of time after blowing out this bowl creating the stem, creating the foot, and I need it to have that heat to hold on to it. That's totally fine like that. Just a little bit of water on there will do.
All right, these guys know what they're doing. If you're new to the show, we always have a question. What does the color orange represent? Because in this case, this orange represents heat.
Hot glass, baby.
Hot glass. And if we put the gathering point sticker, see how that is the blowpipe? It looks just like that. Just like it.
I wish I didn't have to ask, but would you place the block out for myself? Folks, I need another 2 or 3 inches in height here before I can start
Bridget, dip it in that bucket over there.
blowing into the large optic mold without a stool. I know I'm not looking at the comments right now, folks, but we still love to hear how everybody's doing, and I know there's some familiar names in that comment section, and I'd love to hear some great news from people right now because...
Because Jake's kind of a trooper, man. It's
What?
been heavy duty today. I tell him he doesn't have to blow glass on Tuesdays before the show. So we've got high energy for the show, but he's like, I'll do it.
So there's the moldage, and now I'm going for the basket weavery. This is something that I guess most people, I don't know, has everybody woven a basket before? Marcy, have you woven a basket before?
I have.
Has anybody done underwater basket weaving welding?
What?
Oh.
Underwater basket weaving welding?
Ooh, look at that twist. I know underwater welding's a thing, but
I've
I don't
never
know
heard
about
of that.
basket.
Underwater basket welding.
That sounds hardcore. Let's hear it, folks. So there's the first twist, and now comes the basket weave. I twisted it up on the arbor by holding the tip on the table and turning the pipe, keeping it in the same spot and turning the pipe. Now I'm going to heat it all the way back up and go back into the straight ribs to displace the color once again.
So I think some of these things, until the piece is finished, it's a little tricky to understand exactly what he's saying. How about, have you ever taken a rubbing where you take crayons and you rub it over something and you get a pattern? And then you pick up your piece of paper and you spin it and you rub the crayon over it again and you get a different type of rubbing? That's kind of what's happening here. Very roundabout way of saying that, but it's got a lot of texture to it. It's changed the color pattern.
And now I just got a lot of rivage going on in here, and I don't want to necessarily have all that. So I'm going to heat it up and melt it into the surface.
All right, so refresher. Again, I'm not seeing the comments either. So Chris is working with his mom on some stuff today. They had a full day of selling a house, moving some furniture. He was outdoors in the 90-degree Michigan heat. And we said, you know what, you can have the day off. So we got Jacob, Marcy, Bridget, and myself doing the show. And already the ice pack is ready to be changed. We're ready for a pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. So Jake's gonna go to the bench, and I'm gonna go over to Marcy, and she's gonna help me do a pit stop.
Oh.
So what we're doing is we're swapping out the ice pack on the camera. Ta-da! Marcy's first pit stop. And the other one, completely melted. And that was what, 15 minutes into the show? Never fear, we have a whole cooler of ice packs. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing fine, fine, fine. Look at that bubble. What's going on here, Jake? Getting adventurous?
This is maybe okay because he doesn't like it.
Oh,
Holy bajole.
Tanya, I don't know if we can ship this one to you. But look
That
at that
is
color, though.
as big as Jake's torso. And why was that, Jake?
Marcy said, I'm tired of sweeping. It is the worst sweep job. So I'm going to try and get this in here as best as I can, and then I'll explain it.
Oh, you did a great job.
Now that'll get you sweaty, folks. Well, what just happened there was, honestly, I don't know how it happened, but at some point when I was twisting it up, there was a thinner spot in the middle, a ring of thinner glass, and then a thicker and thicker spot. So the twist wasn't complete, and it would have been the exact point you'd look at on the bowl. So it would have been a beautiful pattern, and then like a weird line, and then a beautiful pattern. So it could have been blown out and saved, but this is for Tanya. It was only the first 5 minutes of the show, so I'm gonna go for it. The other thing was, it was a little bit big, honestly. If I'm gonna put stemware onto this, or put a stem onto it, and then put a foot onto it, that was gonna be humongous.
It was giant size. The thing about bowls is they're never as big as you think you need to make them. I'm trying to find a spot to put my mic that doesn't like interfere. Maybe this will work. We'll try that. We're good. Okay, here we go, here we go. So let's see, while Marcy's got you guys all on film, I'm gonna go quickly get a brew.
I think one gather's gonna be plenty. This is about 50% bigger than the amount of glass you need for a mug. And I'm gonna purposely try and leave it a little thicker so it's a bowl and it can be used and it's not just complete decoration. But who knows, Tanya may have these on the shelf with the rest of the pieces. I would love to see a picture of all of them lined up. Thanks, Mom.
Yep. It's like a cartoon where the little sweeper comes in. Call the sweeper. Here comes the sweeper.
There is something super satisfying about sweeping up a shop after a long day, though, and getting all the bits and pieces and then looking around and just being like, yeah, the place is clean and delicious. Just feels good. And we did have the first weekend of the Renaissance Festival this weekend, and Marcy was handling the shop, teaching classes, and I came back to a pretty darn clean and organized shop, and so that's equally as good of a feeling, and she's doing a ridiculous nice job getting things handled around here.
And all the evaluations were shining stars, and customers were happy, and
It's a great thing, folks.
sure was.
Yeah, I know we saw a few of our good customers out at the Ren Fair this weekend. I know there's about 7 weekends that it happens out here in Michigan, Holly, Michigan. We do the Ren Fair every year. We've been doing it for about 16 or 18 years or so, and it was a great first weekend. A nice warmer-upper, not that many people. We got things organized, and we're feeling good, and Marcy came out on Saturday, and we had a full Glass Academy experience out there. Try this again now. One hit on the mold. I think this is where the problem was in the first one. I heated it up a hair too long, like 3 seconds too long, and it started flopping on me and it folded weird. So I want to do not quite as much heat, just enough that I can get this delicate twist on here. So I let the table hold it in spot. Doesn't need a lot of twist, just enough. There it is, much better. I can tell it's perfectly even. A light swirl. Once you drop it back in the mold, it looks good. This will be much more controllable being a little smaller too. I'll be able to squish those ribs in a lot easier and just have that color pattern going. Back into the mold. Looking like a corn cob. Sweat in the eyeball.
Oh, I'm sweating too, but I'm gonna take a sip from my hydro flask. Oh, and
My
look,
hydro
it
flask
has
is calling me.
ice in it still.
That is something nice about having a beautiful water bottle that can hold its cold glass in a hot shop, or hold its cold water in a hot shop.
Because at this
there's
time
not
of
many.
At this time of the day, the ice machine can't keep up because it's so hot.
Yeah.
And Marcy's cup is over there sweating. So again, hashtag Hydro Flask, Marcy needs one. This could be our new quote. Jake's, no, his is warm. He has no ice in his. The outside's warm.
What?
I'm moving you over.
Mine's ice cold in the middle.
Well,
As soon as I
outside's
drink
warm.
that, it's ice. I know, that's the beautiful thing about Hydro Flasks. I can have it sitting in the sun outside with the sun blasting right on it, and I open it up, and the stuff's ice cold in there.
And I will say, don't get the fake brands because they don't work.
It's not the same.
They don't work. I took mine on the farm and it did not stay cold. It was drinking warm water. So hashtag micro flask, hydro flask. Marcy needs one.
Okay, this will be the final squish in on my color pattern here. It's hot and it's juicy, and the color pattern is complete. I'm just making sure there's no texture on it anymore, and now we are set. We're gonna start blowing this baby out.
Marcy, what color would you get if you got a hydro flask?
Deep purple.
Yeah, the perf.
All right, deep purple or burgundy is what Marcy says. Yeah, okay, let's check that in 20 minutes. The last of the ice in the fridge. Actually, there's a bag of ice in the freezer.
So I am shaping up the bottom here on the table, pulling heat out of it, so that when we together blow this thing out, I'm gonna shape it. Marcy's gonna be providing the air. It doesn't blow right through the bottom. Blow.
So Marcy's blowing. She's worked enough with Jake. No, her front
That's
teeth
good.
don't get knocked out. They have a synergy
Blow.
going. Every
That'll
glass
do.
blower kind of has their own rhythm.
Okay.
Stay
thank you.
small.
Yep, this is as big as I'm going. Blow. Good. That was kind of a joke.
I know, I was like, what? Bowls, when they spin out and flare open, get big real quick.
I am gonna keep it tight though. It's gonna be kind of a closed bowl. I'm not gonna flare it open at all, if I can.
So like you could eat cereal out of it?
You think you could get a zoom in on this color pattern at the hole? With the light behind it, it's insane.
Yeah, the camera doesn't adjust like,
Zoom on it hard and
I
then
did.
tap it.
chill out. Okay, pull it out a little. Slow down.
Can't slow down.
Can't slow down.
So I'm holding it up. I'm gonna let gravity fall back on it. And that's gonna just really squat it up.
So why do you want it
pretty cool.
squat? Because you wanted a bowl shape.
I wanted like the low squatty bowl shape, exactly.
I know, right?
What? I didn't tell you to blow yet.
I'm just here.
She said it's salty. I did just have my hand on it.
Which is good. We had Unburger for dinner, which is a vegetarian
Light blow?
burger
Good.
place here
Yes.
in Michigan. It's fantastic.
Bolio. Yes.
So there, we had black bean burgers. So we're feeling fed and energized, but not slowed down from too much heaviness.
Ready to go. So she's bringing over the Evolio. That's going to be this connection in between the bottom of the bowl and the sphere. That's
Okay,
perfect.
so I think for those of you who are
Let it
interested,
hang a little bit down.
tech support says it's 6:30.
All right.
Here's what Marcy sees. This is exactly what Marcy's viewing. All right, 2 pieces of hot glass join. Because they are both hot, they stick together. Ooh. And the tools are heating up. Jake's commenting that his hand is hot. All of that shaping that he did on the bottom of the bowl caused those tools to heat up too. And there's not a heck of a lot we can do to cool them down because you don't really want to dip them in water. The blades of the jacks are super
A little
important.
more squish.
If you've
Okay,
ever
lighten
watched
up.
that History Channel, Forged in Fire, when they quench things in the oil, kind of the same idea. We don't want to
Very
put
nice.
the jack blades in the water. Kind of reverse, I guess.
All right. Thank you.
Whoosh, there goes Amtrak. All right, Marcy is now a babysitter. She is a glass sitter. And she's just gonna keep that piece nice and warm because Jake's gonna create this center ball.
So I got a nice gather clear.
And
I'm gonna go down the line and pick up those Van Gogh colors here.
so it's a ball that has some Van Gogh coloring in it.
Green,
Taking
gold,
the hot molten glass, he dips it in different colors.
more green to match that top cup. You're good.
Back to the glory hole. There are two ledges here, so they can both kind of fit in there. Marcy, the piece she's holding, she's gonna keep it warm, not super hot. Jake's glass is definitely hotter.
I'll do one more layer of color and then I'm gonna shape it up.
Okay, if you have any questions that are pressing and you're like, what's that technique? How do you do that? What's going on? Then I want you to give us a shout out. We got Bridget on tech support. She can hand me a piece of paper with a note if she sees something really relevant coming through.
Yeah, it's moving a little bit.
In deep throes of the website, checking it out, reading the questions you guys are asking. I didn't ask where everyone was from. If you could throw in the chat where you are from. Sometimes we have people from foreign countries watching our show, which is super cool. This is the Van Gogh technique. Again, something that is going to make a lot more sense when the piece is cool. Right now it's just twisting up color on the surface, making some spirals.
Get in here with me
And
if
you
you
can
want.
tell Jake's excited. He's got the energy.
Oh yeah.
The piece of equipment they're in right now is called the glory hole. That heats the glass so they can continue to shape it. And he's thinking ahead to the next steps. So again, Marcy's got to control this piece in a certain heat level, and she kind of knows that.
I'll be ready
she
for the
knows what
switch
she's
after
looking
this
for.
one.
I will say, as a master glass blower in this case, that's Jake. He is very aware of what Marcy's doing and how often she reheats. Sometimes when you're training someone new, you might need to tell them, but someone like Marcy, who's worked with us for a while, she knows how to keep it warm. So Jake continues to shape it. And now the handoff. Let's see how they put this together. So Jake's got the base of the piece. Let's see, the top, adding the ball.
Yep.
And the foot will be the last part. So when glass is hot, it's sticky. Sticking that right on. I could see the colors in there. It's not orange, it's actually green. But because it is so heated, it's looking like this mucky, weird color. All right, now the trick is, how do you keep it round? How do you keep it round? All right, Jake's just doing some simple showing, so I'm gonna step over to the table. Oh, we got the cape of intimidation hanging out. That's for when we're on Blown Away. One of these seasons will make it happen. Here's everything. This is a beautiful mushroom. We've got a goblet with some spots on it. Super cool. Fits very nice in the hand. This is called a garpata flower pot. It's got a solid base on it. We got a slug, a carrot, some more carrots, bottle stopper, great for olive oil. One really sweet cool mug that has orange. Look at that when you're done drinking it. Some items, we do have 3 fish. So I've got 3 fish. Number 12 has quantity of 3. I think number 8 has quantity of 7, the paw print
We are going
straw.
for Avolio number 2.
And 13 is the mystery pumpkin. All right, back to the action.
Nice. I think I'm good on the torch. Just the paddle. Thank you. 1 sec. Okay, on there.
If you are new to the site, Shopify is open, and the items I just showed you are featured on the Facebook Live show tab under the shop button at the top of the website. We are successfully live. All right, Marcy's gonna babysit again. What? Jake's gonna grab some water.
I gotta check out this
from
hydro
his
flask.
Hashtag hydro flask / Marcy needs a hydro flask.
It's so ice cold, that's all I could drink.
She's longingly looking over.
All right, we're going for the blown foot.
All right, a blown foot going all out. Cool. Bridget, could you hold the camera for a minute? All right, we're gonna let Bridget in on the action. She's gonna very slowly pan over from what Jake is doing to where Marcy is.
So I'm pulling out a smaller optic mold. I'm gonna try and match this thing to the top piece. I'm gonna blow a bubble in it. What is? Moil? That's cool. Thank you. In a second, you think I could get a light bench blow from you, Mom?
Yep. I can do it. Boy, talk about putting Bridget. Bridget's like, you know, would you mind if I stop by tonight? I just want to, like, you know, get out of the house. Her air conditioning wasn't working. Thank goodness she's here.
It'll be on the next tee.
All right, the tension is high. Watch the glass blowers move quickly. Marcy, the fan is probably not being your friend, is one thing, so you might want to face that way.
Yeah, we could probably just turn that fan off at this point, whenever anyone gets a chance. Blow.
Take your time, take your time.
Blow. Thank you, Mom. That's good.
Good?
Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, Marcy, let's give it the switcheroo
Thank
here.
you. I was able to check in on everything.
Everything good?
Much appreciated.
So put the heat right on that neck, nice deep flash, and
Okay,
then
so
you
Jake's
got the
gonna
swing
be
down. You know what's
very
up.
aware when he breaks this off not to use water because the neck is probably very cold. So he's living on the edge here, folks.
All right,
Can
then.
we do it?
Let's do it. Yep, go down with it. Yep, you got it. Beautiful. Let's get it. Let it hang.
Good thing Marcy's tall.
Yeah.
So I
Light
cannot
puff, that's
do
good. Stop. Lift up.
Awesome. So one of the things when Chris and I were trained at Haystack from Lino was making goblets at the time. And this is like a foot of a goblet. So we learned a ton of stuff working with Lino that Jake has watched, but not a ton. So this is pretty fun. He's going all out here. Do you need a moil wrap?
Maybe.
Do you need a moil wrap?
I think that's just the thin part of the moil.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
So moil is that top section. And this is like golf. I'm trying to keep my voice very calm so the golfer makes the shot.
I'm going to follow all the way
is
through with that.
impeccable.
Hold on one sec.
Just say when.
Now.
Hoppa. All right, so that knocked off the bottom because that's not something that Jake needs. What he wants is just the part of the foot so he can open it up.
Holy moly. You
Easy
all right?
now, easy.
Closing up the annealer. Only a glass blower laughs when they get a burn. So I'm really being aware of it's tough because I want to heat my neck up all the way up here, But if I heat the stem up too much, and there's no way I'm gonna open this foot up because it's gonna be flopping all over the place on me.
So it's a small hole. I believe he's gonna fold the lip.
I'm gonna get this in one move is what I'm gonna do. Oh, don't jinx yourself, Jake. Yes.
There he goes, got it on center. It's floppy, and that's what you want. That tells you you got enough heat. That
Nope, I need one more
floppiness will
heat.
go away.
One more heat.
Dang, it was close.
It's a big foot though.
I got the fold on it.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so why do you need the fold? The fold is because it will strengthen it.
I feel like
When
I'm
you're
swimming
moving
right now.
the piece around, it gives it extra thickness, less chance of it chipping. If you think of your fancy goblets
Let me
at
get it all the way
home, they
open
might
first.
have chips along the edge
What do you want it?
because that's a more delicate area, or chips
right,
on
on
the
there.
feet. But the way this one was folded over, it adds some nice stability to it.
That is pretty much what I'm talking about.
So beautiful.
All right.
That's a bit harder than on it.
All right, it's not
All right,
over
how about
till
a
it's
punny on
over.
one of the smaller counterweights?
Small counterweight.
Yes, please.
All right, Suzanne, you jumped right in. Hydro Flask, Mercy needs one. Nice job, everyone. My goal is to get some attention from Hydro Flask, so Mercy gets a Hydro Flask. Oh, and that's my swag story. Here's the story. Michael J. Fox, you know, from Back to the Future. He wrote a book a long time ago. It was an autobiography, and he's like, how come when I was an Army brat in Canada and wanted all the Nike stuff and couldn't afford it, I couldn't have any of it? But as soon as I became a celebrity and went into the Nike store, they were throwing all the props at me and being like, here, here, here. He's like, I could finally afford to buy it, and then they were giving it to me for free.
Isn't that how it works?
I know. So we're gonna nip that in the bud.
think you'll be
we're
perfect
gonna
as
say
soon as I sit down.
hashtag Hydro Flask, and we're gonna see if we can
Okay.
get
Thanks for the
Mercy
heads up.
a Hydro Flask now when she needs it. Okay, this is the punny.
Watching my sweat dripping all over the place.
I've got a story about that.
We lost a piece or two this weekend from that.
Do you know that's one of the videos at Corning, how to get the glass off the blowpipe?
Drip off your nose.
Well, they didn't know how, and the glass blower was so sad, he was crying, and his tear broke the glass from the blowpipe.
Yes. Here it comes.
Whoa, and off
Nice
it
catch, nice
goes.
catch.
All right, Jake, I'm gonna have you cool off for a second and slow down. Mercy can heat that.
You are?
Yeah, will you come over here and do a, this
All
is
right.
where you like work with your assistant and trust that they've got it covered.
She does have it covered.
Exactly, so we're doing an ice pack change on the camera.
A little pit stop.
Little pit stop. Gives Jake a
perfect,
minute to
Marcy.
drink some water, and this is also an important time to regroup your thinking, to think about the next steps in the process of what you're making without the pressure of it right on your hands.
That's all right.
I was reviewing some of our old
Put a
videos
clear
when they
lip
were in
wrap
the
on it.
winter and we're all bundled up, and I'm laughing because you can see by Jake's shirt, it is not something to be taken lightly today. It is a hot one. So Mercy's going to get some glass behind the plants, behind the stuff on the other side of the shop. The top of the piece is thick, so it takes a while to reheat. So again, that's why I was kind of calling
Yep.
Jake over. Plenty of time to chill out. Now the top half is bright orange. You can see that pattern, and I got to remember to zoom. We're going to do a lip wrap.
That's good. Just hold on a second. It's pretty juicy. Glass is nice. Okay.
Okay, small bit of glass that's going to be attached to it and wrapped around the top. You can go around once, twice, whatever you want. And just trim off the
Whoa.
extra. Then back to the glory hole to fuse them together.
So the trickiest thing for me in all of these processes has always been keeping the blown foot hot enough while I'm making the rest of the piece. I need to flash deep. The trick is though, like I was saying earlier, whenever I go like this to flash that foot, the whole stem is getting hotter and hotter, and it wants to move on me and lose its center balance. So It needs to just be the perfect amount of heat.
And then he's also got to watch the embolios are thinner, but that solid middle section needs to stay warmer. It would crack. All right, they're going to open it up. Little puffer. This is a tool that has a hole in it, like a giant straw. Jake was able to puff it open. And between the two of them, they're keeping an eye on that foot. If they need a moil wrap around the foot, that's very easily done. So Jake will just say the word if that needs to happen.
I just need to go squatty now. If you see the drawing on the floor, I'm already much taller than I had been planning on being. So I, even now more so than ever, need to get this baby squatty so it doesn't look like just a masculine or incredible, crazy, huge goblet.
Here's the deal. Marcy's saying it's
It looks
that
more
tall.
like a...
I personally am a wimp. Like, it's a million degrees, and Jake's like, I'm gonna make this new thing really cool and big. I guess that's one way to get your mind off the heat. I think I'm gonna start talking like Klinger on MASH. Who remembers when Klinger was wearing the fur coat on the hot day? All right. So this piece, when it's finished, will go in the cooling oven like all our other pieces. They're probably gonna put this one on the fork. Not sure. Jake, how are you putting this away? Just the tongs?
No, probably, we put it on the fork, probably.
All right, so they're opening it up.
It's good on the paddle.
All right, they've got the fork set in the pipe warmer. That's one thing I was making sure they had ahead of time. Jake's pushing the boundary of the door size. You can always open it larger. He's also being aware to spin slowly, because if he starts spinning too fast, the bowl will open up. Ooh-wee. That's good. Bada bing, bada bing.
I think no paddle, I think we're good. So just preheat those tongs up a little bit. Oh, baby.
So they're gonna heat up the tongs. Again, they have to be hot. So it doesn't crack the glass.
I think we want to use the forks. Yeah.
Fork is
Give them
up.
a little extra flash. We got
Bridget's
time.
stepping in to get some pictures. Getting my phone back on the ice pack.
You guys see how big the bowl got, just like
Can you
Mom
hold
was
it
saying.
up so we see it against, yeah, not against all the equipment. Very nice. Holy moly.
All right, those
Guacamole.
tongs or those forks are hot. We're just gonna knock it on the forks. We don't need to torch the bottom.
So he's gonna knock it off the forks. He's gonna put the piece, after a little water, over the bench.
Honestly, think these are probably
Yeah, they'll hold it.
And Marcy will knock it off. This is like the nail biting spot.
Okay.
Put it, yeah, thank you.
Just lift up on it. I'm gonna not sweat on it. Lifting.
Hoppa. Behind closed doors, away it goes. Woo-wee!
Ding! Holy
nice.
moly! That is
Wow.
what's up. Thanks, Marcy.
You did just witness greatness.
Tanya, you know the deal.
How's that feel, Jake?
It feels pretty darn good. Marcy's just rocking it, and we're rocking it, and it is just awesome. It's just really, really good. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Are you gonna dunk your head?
And I could do a dunk right now.
Take your microphone off. I'm gonna do a head dunk too.
Dunk
You guys,
time.
it used to be 500 likes. Now it's just, we're dunking.
Now it's just we're dunking for the heck of it.
I'm gonna pass the mic on to Marcy. She can talk.
I've never seen this happen before, but this is going to be pretty interesting. Take off all the equipment. Is it still too short for you? And there's towels on the table.
Come on. All right.
3, 2, 1. Big breath. Oh.
Wow. That was better than doing it with long hair, but it filled up my ears.
Oh. Apparently they sunk into his eardrums and he's feeling all kinds of weird.
Now I'm really sweaty.
Yeah, wring out that shirt. Gotta wring it out.
You want a new shirt?
Maybe if we got one, yeah.
If Bridget's offering a new shirt if it's laying around somewhere. There's towels on the table, dude.
Huh?
There's towels.
Oh, there's towels.
See, I'm prepared. I brought out the towels. Thank you. Shout out to my own folks for bringing that out when they helped me move my crud.
Yes.
They had a bunch of shop towels and whatnot, so yeah.
Are you dunking, or do you want to start talking about what Thursday's going to be about?
Yeah, let me dunk and then we can go over to the Thursday.
Dunkin'-a-roos. Let down that mane. Oh, 3. Oh, just going right for it. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah.
Get in there. Get in there.
Come on. It's too tall, dude. You put it too high.
It is too high.
Help her out. It's too high.
She's going for the hair soak.
Ah, that's half the battle right there. So,
Feeling better?
to anyone watching the show, it's hilarious.
Yeah, everybody's laughing right now at home.
What did we do?
Everyone's so confused. It is absolutely boiling here. It hit 90 degrees here in Michigan, and people without AC around town are just sweltering. If you have anyone in the area and you don't know if they have AC or not, or they're not answering their phones, feel free to do a wellness check with the cops because we don't know what's going on. So
Yep.
take your meds, do a wellness check.
Thank you, Bridget.
If you
So
can,
much.
go and run and grab your own people. Show off the shirt. What kind of shirt you got there?
This one is
This
one
shirt.
of our Glass Academy Celebrate With Us. 15 years. This was a few years
Yeah.
ago here in Dearborn. We've been around 15 years. Family business. And now we've been doing the live show for 125 shows.
Great.
But I
I'm
know we're
gonna-
going to go talk about Thursday's
Thursday?
plan. But I think we should also maybe look at the table one more time, too.
One more table look.
And
Jake's
since
gonna go
it's
change
all
his shirt.
orange, I will go change my shirt. You got the mic. You can
I
talk
got a
about
mic.
these.
I got a mic. Look at this mushroom. We are bringing back our mushroom classes. I do believe those will be going on for the duration of September. So I will be helping y'all learn how to make mushrooms. These are hollow pieces. And there is a little stem on the inside so they can fit over a little dowel rod and place in your garden or your potted plant. They are super cute. Look at these earrings. Little tiny pumpkin earrings on a little French wire. I don't know if those are silver. Do we know what kind of?
Stainless.
These are stainless steel on our earrings for any of those who are allergic to nickel or have some sort of.
sluggy bug.
Oh yes, our little orange slug with the popping eyeball. He has got a wide view of the world right now. What kind of tail does he got? Did I make this one? Ooh, I think I did this one. He's got a little curly Q. Look at that boy. Always got the stamp, belly button stamp. I have been making a bunch of these wine stoppers lately, and they are super cute. Hopefully I can get to them during this week, and we can glue them all on top of our lovely stainless steel wine toppers. They got these rubber rings on them, keep all that fluid inside, all nice and safe. And we got our lovely, with a nice little kind of rib dragon back going here with our mug. Everything's absolutely gorgeous. I kind of like the contrast with the clear stringer bit here with the
Shape it up
plain
somewhere.
color of this. I think it is
Like that.
seafoam kind of green going on here. Super cute nonetheless. So yeah, and we will for number 13 be giving away a mystery pumpkin. So do keep an eye out for that if you want that, alrighty? Now, we're back to Jake.
We're back.
Who is nice and refreshed and definitely needed a costume change.
Thanks, Bridget. Yeah, so we're going to pass off the mics because Michelle's got some pretty interesting things to talk about, which is this Thursday and the following Thursdays, some sort of special new piece of entertainment for all of you amazing glass lovers out there.
I do believe we kind of mentioned this last week a little bit.
We
Yeah,
did.
so
Here's
should we-
more
Should
information.
we take them over there?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
take them over there.
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
take your mic and
Aww.
give it back. Don't worry, you can have it back in a minute.
Okay.
I wonder if there's got to be a way to like have 4 mics. We got to figure this out. All right, first off, while we're walking over here, I want everyone to mark on their calendar October 10th, 10/10. Remember 10/10, we're going to have a special pumpkin show that day.
New Ren Fair stuff.
Yep, don't even go there.
Don't
we're
go
over
there,
here.
though, I guess. Yep.
Okay, so these we make glass candy canes at the holiday time, but when you're pulling the cane, sometimes you get pieces that are too thick or too thin, and they're not the right size, right? That would be like McDonald's making hamburgers that are bigger and smaller and all in between. McDonald's definitely
You're paying for a
says-
big Whopper.
Yeah, and
or
then
is
you
that
get a
Burger
small
King?
one, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think Whopper's
Whopper's
Burger
Burger King, yeah.
So you get a Big Mac, and for some reason the person on the line did a small burger, you wouldn't be happy. If you got a big one, you'd be like, woo, this is great. But either way, so these were pieces that didn't go past quality control, QC. So tonight, if we're gonna learn something new, a lot of times it's nice to learn on something, like you don't wanna set your sights so high that it has to be perfect the first time. There is serendipity that happens and strangeness that happens when you allow yourself play.
In every custom order, that's why we charge what we charge for a custom order, because a lot of times we have to do something 2 or 3 times to get a piece made. So what are you laughing at, Marcy?
So I am going to take, this grouping right here, and they're completely random colors, and different colors react different ways. I'm going to start something, and Jake's going to finish it. So this is what the show Thursday is about. There will be no product table or anything you can purchase on Thursday's show, because these are prototypes and we're learning new things.
Well, I guess then we just have to at least define the fact that, or let everybody know that we have postponed / canceled for now the Patreon show that we've been doing. That's $5 a month that my dad and I were making crazy one-of-a-kind installation pieces and larger scale work, because it's a lot of back-end work for me to get that thing going. We already have the platform for the Gathering Point, so we're interested in having a show that's a little more my mom and I geared, and we're going to put that together and be super experimental and test things and really play with the material.
Yeah, like a scientist in a lab.
It's going to be, it's going to be totally relaxed and experimental and super cool.
And it's during the day. Another reason we can't do a night show is because we have classes going on. So it's a show that's during the day.
During the day, to be watched now,
Oh.
to be watched later, but it's going to be Thursday at some time.
And all items will be revealed on Sunday. So the annealer reveal from Tuesday and Thursday is now Sunday with a new display unit that Christina has built out. So you'll
And that's
see
just
that
because
Sunday.
the way we're doing glass blowing, we can't keep up with pulling it out and getting in early to do the annealer reveal, and we have to use all the annealers that we have, so we're going to make a sweet display unit.
We don't need to justify anything. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday is when you're going to catch us live. Have your Facebook set. We're going to add Instagram back on there and YouTube. Let's go show them what happens with this next.
Let's check it out. Follow this way.
Choo-choo.
Gallery's looking pretty good.
The gallery's looking great.
See this? It says annealer reveal question mark.
Hey, not until Sunday.
Oh, not until Sunday.
Marcy, everyone wants to know what your favorite color is. My favorite color?
Marcy, what's your
Purple
favorite
and
color?
Burgundy.
I really like burgundies and purples and maroons.
Like this color?
Like that's a very good color. Like I would definitely put that into a dress of some kind.
So how about if Hydro Flask was to get you a flask? Could it be a purple one?
I don't mind with an actual flask.
A burgundy flask?
Okay, let's show them this. Are we doing? This has to heat up. So you're gonna do another piece, but I'm just gonna show.
Sure.
So there's a steel plate that goes on this tool. This is called a pastorelli. Marcy doesn't know it yet, but she's gonna be helping me with it, and it's a nice, strong muscle thing. This is a dried up but kiln wash that you put with a paintbrush. Pretend there is a steel plate. You put that on, and then you line these up on the steel plate. Well, believe it or not, the steel plate does have to preheat, and it's over on our pipe warmer. and it's super hot and crowded in that corner, so I'm not gonna have Marcy follow me. But I'm gonna line these up on that steel plate, and then after the next piece, they'll be warm enough that we can actually do what I wanna do with them. So that's upcoming. And for now, it's back to you, Jake.
That was that lag time in every newscasting thing when they say, back to you, Donald, and then he just stares at the camera for 3 seconds, then starts up. You just saw that live. Marcy's just shaking her head. So whatever she explained was perfect because I was asking Bridget to ask, and I was looking at the comments to see if Suzanne is here, because come check out the board. Hashtag Hydro Flask. We've done our beautiful custom order for Tanya that I'm ridiculously proud of. Didn't wear my watch today. That's how sweaty it was. I was so tired of sweating on my watch, I had to take it off. And look at the tan line. Yum. So we did Tanya's. The artist choice is this that Michelle just explained to you in our new sweet experimental Thursday Gathering Point 2.0 show. And then I'm gonna bump ahead Suzanne and Steve's sweet piece here, one of 3 complete set of tulip glasses. And we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. So if you wouldn't mind taking a look, and maybe Michelle could explain to you how that's getting lined up on the pipe warmer, because I'm gonna go get their matching Tiger's tulip glass so I know exactly how to match this piece to their original piece. Awesome.
Good, okay, here's the deal. So I love pastorelli work, but we can't find, there's these little steel rods that you put on the end. I'm trying to think, they're like boundaries. I don't know how to describe it. I try to use cooking terms. Well, I couldn't find them. So I'm using these round circles. So this is just gonna be really funny tonight. It's not gonna make, it's gonna roll out strange, and the round items might roll off the table, but it's okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is all the prototype. By Thursday, I'll have the square stock and ready to go, and what we do Thursday will, but gotta start somewhere. The other thing about, I like doing with testing pieces like this is that it gets us used to the tool. Like, we're not so worried about the outcome when we're kind of like, oh, this is just for fun. And then there's a lot more play that happens with it that's kind of cool. And Jake and I have never worked on things like this. Chris and I have, so Chris knows like what the pastorelli, like what I can handle or how tall I am to do things. And Jake and I don't have that relationship yet. So this is our opportunity to work on that.
It's going to be a blast, and it's nice not having the expectation of a piece already sold or a piece. I mean, we love the challenge. That's why we do what we do. That's a beautiful thing. But this is going to be a different angle, and it's really cool to experiment with the different angles. Here's the piece that they gave. This is their Tigers piece. You got orange and blue, and for anybody watching from the other side of the world or within this country, the Tigers are the Detroit Tigers, and we're just outside of Detroit in Dearborn, Michigan. And that's our local baseball team, our hometown baseball team, and they're great. We're big hockey fans around here too, so we're gonna be making a Red Wings one to match this. Originally, I thought of different color patterns on all of them, and I couldn't remember exactly what they said, but I also think this color pattern with the 2 colors I have for the red and the white for the Red Wings is gonna be a perfect color pattern. So I'm gonna match this exact piece as best I can. Let's see what we can do. I think I'm gonna eyeball it. I think the calipers sometimes make me overthink things. So I'm gonna go ahead and just eyeball it. We got the footing tool out. We've got our awesome sweat rag, thank you, Marcy. And then we got the hydro flask. Any questions, folks? When it comes to the technical side of glass blowing, I always say, please, please, please ask us questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about glass blowing and talk about a craft that not too many people actually know much about, and explain the way this thing works. And we always say, as we get the shows going more and more, we talk less and less about the technical stuff because we feel like we're repeating ourselves, but we know we get new viewers every single show. So please, if you're new to the show, ask questions, ask about the glass, and I'll try and explain things on a basic level so we can really learn the material all together, which is pretty cool. And so here we go. Tick tock.
Oh, I pulled one out. Where is it? It's on the table. Here's another pit stop.
Pit stop coming in hot.
One's on the table.
Or I guess it's coming in cold, it might be.
But
Nice one.
All right, this is our fourth one of the evening. Usually not going through them this fast. We are an hour into the show. But I think we're good. Even my phone regular is sitting on an ice pack.
So the first thing that I'm thinking when I start this piece is how much glass I want. And I looked at the top of their cup, and not only are we thinking the actual size that I'm looking at, but the thickness I'm trying to match as well. So I got what I think is going to be exactly the same. I'm going to put about exactly the same density of color, although the colors are different. I also was thinking in the car about a really cool way to explain the thought process in a glassblower's mind on choosing color for each piece. If we can remember to talk about that, eventually it'll pop up in the next few shows at some point, but I can't get into that right now. I'd talk for a long time. But it was a really cool way that I thought about the way that things go down in my brain while we're picking out our colors.
And I was thinking, Jake, I'm going to sign us up for a Zingerman's Bake Course.
Yeah.
You and I. So not only can we see the great service of Zingerman's, but also there's a lot of cooking analogies that work well with glass blowing. So maybe we'll take like a pretzel class or something. How many of you out there have heard of Zingerman's Deli in Ann Arbor? It's like this world famous place. Pretty amazing. They do some awesome customer service stuff. But Zingerman's Deli.
So I've got a full body layer of red, and what made me think about that color conversation is whenever you look at color, you've got to think about what colors react with each other and will change color, what colors don't work together. If I coated this whole thing in red and then coated the whole thing in white, both tiny grains, they would mix together and make a brown. They would have a chemical reaction and make a brown. But I've realized that if you use size 2, you use larger chunks, just like the orange on the bottom of that glass, for the white on top, it doesn't actually, hold on, focusing, have that same color reaction. So I'm able to get the red and have the white.
Is this the Red Wing one?
In this glass. What's that?
This is the Red Wing one.
Red Wing one, for sure.
So I'm going to dip down into the color. So this texture here is, and he hasn't been in it so I can touch it, is like sugar. But here's the white, and it will still be warm from when he gathered, so I don't want to touch that one. But you can see, oh, maybe I can go on the side. The white is a little bigger. And then there's some small, here's a smaller size white. So we get to choose how we're gonna attach the color, how we want to do it. You know that show Blown Away, where they let the artists, they're like,
what's that show? Blown Away? Never heard of it.
And they go to the wall and they all get their color. I mean, it's like candy. And then
Super
what they
cool.
choose to do with it is their style.
And it's just really cool having that much opportunity, that many different colors, that much ability to choose what you want, because all that stuff racks up in price so fast.
It's so true. Like as an artist, I mean, when we were learning the craft of glass blowing, you would save every single scrap that fell on the floor. You would not waste it.
Keep it coming. Good.
So like even now for the piece that we're gonna do after this one with Jake, what I like about it is that it's kind of scrap color, but it will allow us to practice because every color has different reactions in the heat, next to each other, etc.
Blow.
So Jake tells Marcy to blow when he's done with her blowing. He can do two things. He can pull the pipe out of her mouth and she'll instantly stop, or he can tell her.
Good. Yeah, let me check it.
So he keeps looking this way and he's looking at the cup.
This is the one part I'm always overthinking and a little unconfident about, is blowing out the bubble. Whenever I look at the bubble on the bench, I can never tell if it's the right size. Everything after that, opening it up, putting the foot on, I feel good about.
You could use the calipers. And then if it's too tall, you trim it.
It's true. Marcy did suggest this.
Ah.
Below.
So calipers are just like they sound, you know, they have them for different things to measure.
Good.
We have ones in the glass shop. Jake could measure the size, blow it to that.
All right,
Always
let's
do it
go
a
for
little
the
bit
clear
taller
boy.
and then trim it to the proper size.
I think it might just be something in my brain.
Yeah, I mean, the more you do, the more it's just natural and you'll know. All right, here comes the stem. Again, he's going to do it upside
See, it's got
down.
the same spotted swirl on the bottom, and you see how the red kind of swirls up towards the top.
It's been fun having Jake in the shop because his color patterns and choices are completely different than Chris and I. Having worked so long together, we kind of know each other's techniques, but Jake always pulls out something I've never seen or heard.
So juicy.
So hot, so juicy.
It's just like the hotter the glass, the better, and it is coming soupy today.
Marcy's just
That'll be good.
burning away the end point. Then they use the paddle.
Oh yeah.
This is called the
A little
avolio.
more. Good.
Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
Good.
Up close. So remember, do you guys have that on your calendar? 10/10. There's something special
Yeah.
coming up for the pumpkin show. If you're new to us, 15 years, celebrate with us. This was a couple years ago. We've been in business quite a few years. Don't make me think out loud. I think it's 19 this year.
So Marcy's gonna bring over. Exactly.
Oh, you guys didn't hear that. Bridget's not mic'd up. Suzanne said, if this one's bigger, whoever's thirstier will drink out of it. It's
And
kind of
that's
fun.
the beautiful thing about handmade and custom orders is the majority of people think that way, and so do we. But for some reason, I mean, well, first of all, it's an awesome challenge to yourself to try and make the identical piece. But second of all, there's always in the back of my mind, I've got this idea that the customer always wants the perfect set, and they're gonna be super upset if they don't get the perfect set. And there's always that little bit of stress there. I've been trying
And
to
maybe
relieve
the
that for a
perfect
long
set
time.
is what we show them.
The perfect set is unheard of. There's no such thing when it's handmade. But I still think that way.
All right, you still have time.
That's
What
beautiful.
does the color orange represent? It does have a bigger meaning. To give you an example, green is the heart chakra. So every color kind of has something tied to it. What does the color orange mean? Now, I'm not saying you could go Google it, but you could. But what does it mean to you? Sunshine, happy days, make you think of fall, hot. What does orange mean to you? If you answered our e-news, that cool and fun, silly question was from
One of
Jessica.
those is fine.
She's
Yeah.
got some school-age kids, and they banter back and forth
Yep.
with jokes, and that was a pretty good one. So if you have not opened your e-news from the Glass Academy, go back and check it out. You can answer the question directly from the e-news. Alrighty, shaping the foot. This is a footing tool. It's 2 pieces of wood hinged together.
Nice.
I know from experience that it's a lot of practice to get that footing tool down right. You glitch on it or it gets a wrong groove in the way it's getting
Yep.
burned out, and it's not pretty.
Oh, but we nailed it. And seriously, nailing the footing tool is 50% your assistant bringing the correct bit with the correct heat.
This is true.
Yes,
Marcia's
thank
got
you.
it going on.
But that's literally a perfect foot. That is just what I'm talking about. It was so juicy, and she brought it on center. It wasn't leaning to the left or the right. I was able to cut it on there and have it perfectly round, for the most part. Nothing's ever perfect in glass blowing.
Super cool, super cool. We got to remember Wheel of Names. Someone tonight is going to win this pumpkin. It's got a little, you know how when you win contests or, hey, this book is free, but you pay for shipping? That's kind of how we roll. We're giving away free product. We just ask that you pay for shipping. And we have a flat rate for that just to make it easy.
How much?
20 bucks.
20 bucks.
20 bucks. And what you do is we'll send you an invoice. If you want the product, you pay the invoice. If you don't want the product, you're not obligated. I had a customer say, I'm not paying you $20 to ship that to me, even though the piece was valued at like 80 some dollars. I was like, that's cool, no worries. So we pick a different winner every week.
We'll do a white lip wrap faux show.
Happy to package, wrap it, and send it. It's a squash or pumpkin this week. L squasher, and you can see how it sits there nicely. Nice curl on it. So the way you enter is enews@glassacademy.com. You answer the question, what does the color orange represent?
The one on the left. The one on the left will be fine. One coat will do too. Let me get a quick trim on her.
Okay. We didn't do the Glass Academy stamp on that bowl.
Oh yeah, I was gonna sign it for sure.
Okay.
I was too stressed out putting it away.
All right,
This is the red. It's ice cold. It looks hot, but it's not moving, folks. So maybe just pull that out so we don't burn the white. Just wait a second and heat her back up.
You know how some sports,
Thanks.
they'll oil up like bodybuilding.
Spicy.
They'll oil their skin so when they're flexing their muscles on stage, they look nice and shiny and look really good. Well, Jake did not oil his arms, ladies and gentlemen. Those is natural sweat. No need for oiling here.
Oh yeah.
Small little bit of glass. It's called the lip wrap because it's the edge of the cup where your lip will hang.
Does
That
your
red
lip
right
really
there.
hang on the cup? She's testing it.
It rests on the cup.
Sometimes your lips do get tired, especially when you're blowing glass. And if you got saggy lip, thanks.
That's like a hospital. Let me get your forehead.
If you got
Well-
saggy lip, then you gotta let it hang on a Glass Academy glass.
So tonight is one of those nights where we're gonna have to go back and read the comments after the show, because when we have Chris here or 4 people on the Hot Shot pad, usually some of us are checking our phone. I feel like we're talking to ourselves tonight. We're just doing the show, doing our thing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice.
All right, Jake has lined it up. I would say
We're gonna stamp the bottom like that one,
it
but
might
let's
be
see it
just
next
a
to it.
touch bigger than this.
I think it
but
might be a
don't
little
know.
bit bigger. But
Thanks,
pretty
Marcy.
darn
Wow.
close. Come on.
I don't think that's bigger as the stem.
I think it might be the same, yeah.
It might.
I think the volume. I think the volume is the same. It's just this part is just a tiny bit bigger.
I agree. Well, let's get it off of there. Remember, this is gonna be a bright red.
And you're stamping it underneath.
Yes. Because that's how theirs was stamped.
All right. So these are longtime customers, Steve and Suzanne. Goes way back to when our kids were little. In fact, the first time we went cycling with Steve and Suzanne, I remember Lucy being in diapers. So that tells you how long ago it was. They've been coming to our shows and events for years. Just moved into a beautiful house. She has decorated it with mid-century modern furniture, and it's stunning. They have really good taste.
That was another beauty, folks. That was awesome. Like I said, the foot, everything, it's amazing having Marcy around here, and it's amazing doing custom orders. We love doing custom orders. She was just explaining, my mom, Michelle, was explaining how we've known these guys for a really long time, but custom orders for random people is pretty cool too. And if you've never had one done, see what the prices are like. Send me some information and we can chit chat and kind of come up with something together, because all you got to do is go to, thanks Marcy, the contact page on glassacademy.com. You say custom order, you upload pictures, you give me your price budget.
Yeah, and actually on the shop page, you scroll down and there's a button that says customize a product.
Even there as well. any of our products you can customize. If you want to shoot for a brand new product and see if we want to do it or not, then we're able to do that as well. So give it a shot.
Okay.
Support your
Sounds
local
good.
artist.
Jake and I are going to talk for a minute. Marcy, could I give you the mic?
Okay.
Send
me on my way.
send you to the table or go over the board or something?
Alrighty.
Okay.
Nice, Marcy.
All right, so Bridge is actually getting me some water in that burn ointment because my hand is currently starting to redden and it's a little stinging. But, oh, looks like the mushroom's gone. Sorry, guys. Coming to make some mushrooms. I know we're going to be offering that class again. We got little Sluggy Boy. I'm pretty sure I helped make that one. I did a little tail flip. I like doing those tails. Got our Carrot Boy for anybody who wants those bunnies. I know we do have those bunnies that are for sale. Looks like number 12's gone as well. We do have this lovely straw here, glass straw, Save the Turtles. It's got a little paw print on it that is enameled on, which is basically another technique of adding glass, but it is such a fine powder that it just sticks on and it looks like it's just one piece with everything on it. So definitely Save the Turtles with that. Do not put those in the dishwasher. I do not know if the dishwasher will handle that very well, thermal dynamics and all that. But definitely look at what we're going. And
upon the orange theme, here is the question of the show.
What
Folks,
does the color
Yeah, go ahead.
orange represent? It has a bigger meaning, like all the colors. What do you think it is? Just give us a little bit of an information about that.
Yeah, what does the color orange represent? It could mean anything to you, honestly. All our questions are wide open like that, but all of your answers will be pulled together. Next week we'll do a drawing. This week we're doing a drawing for a pumpkin. Questions were submitted last week, and we will do the wheel of names to figure out who won. But I will remind everybody, if you're on the email list, and we send out one email a week on Fridays, I believe, or maybe Tuesdays, I don't know, maybe actually 2 a week, I don't know. But sign up for our e-news. 2 questions come out a week that you can enter to win giveaways on. And we give away classes once a month. We give away product once a month, additional product. And it's worth just getting our information and knowing what's going on at the Glass Academy here. So,
and definitely like, share, subscribe to the YouTube and the Facebooks. Find us on all our social media. And do not forget, until the first weekend of October, we got our Renaissance Fair going. So do come out, join us. This is an old thing, but all this information is still the same. So come on out, and guess what? If you stick around till 6 p.m., we do a giveaway there every day at 6 p.m., and you can enter to win every day you show up. So come out every Saturday and Sunday, okay? Got anything to add, dude?
yeah, we were dressed up and looking fresh, and I actually was getting so crazy on stage that I busted a hole in my pants and had a split all the way up here through my right side of the pants. And it was actually completely breezy and really enjoyable. So I might hope they get through the wash and use them again next weekend.
I would definitely at least take some sort of like serger thread or sewing machine if you want to keep that open, but keep it from fraying too much.
I see, like close it to leave it open.
Yeah, so you would just take a thread and like stitch one time around.
So it doesn't just rip apart in the wash.
Yeah, so it doesn't just like fray open completely and then all of a sudden you lose the entire pant leg.
I might be wearing no pants real soon. Who knows? It's the Renaissance Festival, folks. Anything can happen.
I mean, yes, but I highly do not suggest that. I don't suggest showing up with no pants on.
Anything can happen. So we got the product table down. Thank you for showing that off, Marcy. We're going to get into our Thursday type show. That looks good, too.
I need a ponytail.
We were just discussing how we're going to get this on here. I'm sure Michelle explained a little bit of the process, and we're going to be using a Pastorelli. So I think she explained, if we come over here, this guy is going to be hot and steamy, and it's going to be for holding this sweet piece with the multiple twisties that are getting preheated on top of the pipe warmer. You got to get a mic if you're going to talk.
I'm going to go do a pit stop, pit stop, pit stop.
Pit stop.
Pit stop.
So the plan is, though, and this is all about experimental action on this. Oh. Here comes
Just
the
checking
ice pack.
everything around today.
This is all about experimental
Pit
action.
stop.
So I know, and the
Pit
coolest thing
stop.
is that I know there's way more technical ways to do things in the glass shop than what my mom and I are going to be doing. We're going to start with the basics, and we're going to be winging our way through a lot of things. And I think that's pretty cool, and figuring out how it goes, and experimenting with glass is something to experiment with. Even though it's hot, we got to play with it like it's Play-Doh. So we're going to see what we can do here.
Okay, so heat rises. I don't want to stick my hand there.
Just slide it from
But
the
I'm
back. I thought you'd
thinking-
get a paddle. That's all right, though.
Lift your end up. Thank you.
Watch your fingers.
Lift up.
Oh, man, that thing's
Whoa,
heavy.
whoa, whoa, it is heavy.Ut it on the bench. Jesus, Jake.
It's not me.
It's a
I
good
thought you were going to
thing.
line them up.
It's a good thing that we're experimenting.
They're all over the place. Oh, my God.
Well, Thursday we'll have the thing, so
I wonder what would happen if we filled up one of these things.
we're just going to do it this way. Okay, so,
So we're not just doing a line of them.
no, I was going to do them because I wanted to get it a circle, so that's why these were kind of... All right, see what you can handle with this. It is heavy. I'd highly suggest that you put this under your left hand because you'll need the leverage. See how it goes for you.
And where do you want this? I'm going to start flashing it.
Yeah, you're going to start flashing it.
All right. Here we go, folks.
Then when you come out, you'll give it a flash.
Will you tap that front one tighter a little bit? Beautiful.
If they, don't worry about it. Once it starts getting hot, they'll start to stick together.
What's going on here?
It's a step down. So it's going to have a little bump on your way in. The back of the handle is a T, so that Jake has leverage left to right. Oh my God, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty then.
Holy moly. All right. What if we just...
Okay,
Where's the fourth one of those?
there is no fourth one.
There's a flat one over by the thingy.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, no. At this point, they're all too cold, so skip it. Plan B.
What happened?
Plan B. Put it away, and we'll do it Thursday with the right pieces.
So what's plan B?
Next item on the list.
Well, what time is it? Because I'd love to give it another shot or try something with it while we got it out. 7:30? What if we just do a quick little line of them real quick?
Yeah, but the thing's all cold now, Jake. Come on. They're all going to break when we put them back on. It's like, just take your time.
Take my time.
Take your time.
Perfect. Let's do a mini one with 3. Awesome.
I'll take it.
Julie Bennett suggesting that you start wearing a kilt.
Julie's trying to see the kilt. My uncle's been wearing a skirt, and people have been liking it. Here we go, folks. So she's giving it a heat now. Hopefully they're not exploding. I think they're probably going to be good,
So
maybe.
you're going to take both sets of tweezers, and when I come back,
Start squishing them together.
yes.
All right.
You ready?
So we want to squish them together so they stop rolling like they're rolling. So she's giving it a good heat. She's coming out with it nice and strong. Look at this lady.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to slide them apart, and they
Nope.
still need one more heat. So they're good. They're a little sticky, a little tacky, but they're not sticking together yet. Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, the
All
thing
right.
is you gotta watch like the burner it's on it, and then the steel plate also has to get flipped around if you're doing a bigger one. The glory hole is too tall for me. It's hip leverage too. If this was lower, it'd be really nice. But it is what it is.
Now look at these rings glowing here. These things are hot.
So see if you
Don't
can
touch
squash
'em.
them. Nope.
Still can't even squash them. So that's how hot glass needs
So
to
maybe
get.
just give me that guy. I don't need the front one. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. So the metal was heating up before the glasses.
This hole is about 2,500 degrees.
I
so
wonder if the metal's absorbing the heat before the glass gets it.
That's possible.
And so the other thing is we'd have the pastorelli preheated. So this is one of my favorite things to do. Just don't always get to it.
So they're sticking to the metal now, but 2 of them are about stuck together. So
Okay. There you go.
now
Take
they
the metal,
should be good. Let's
bring
get
it
rid of
up.
this. Folks, we got hot metal here. Look at those honeys.
So do you see how it rolled a little? I just let it roll on the
Roll
thing.
right onto itself.
So when I pull this out, you're going to squash them together and then spin it around. So
Okay,
the burner's
yep.
hitting it the other
got it.
way. Yeah, and they're not. Oh, perfect, Jake.
Not funny. Ooh, I smell the petrichor.
All right, so what I wanted to do with this has changed, but the next step is I don't think we'll need that gathering ball.
True.
Should we still go forward with the plan?
Yeah. Or we do something else with it.
All right, do you think you can heat it? Or do
Yeah.
you want to do the gather? You do the gather. Do a patty like that.
Right on top of it?
No, no, no. On the marver.
On the marver.
And then I'm going to bring this over.
All right.
Marcy, will you grab those tweezers and bring them over there?
Two tweezers coming through. I think that's a rapper I've heard of. 2 tweezers. All right, 1 gather coming in hot.
Okay,
Round.
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 Now scoot these guys right on top of it. You can set your pipe down. Nice, nice. Take another gather and put another gather right on top so they're on the inside.
Okay.
This is hot, everyone, be aware. And I'll make the punny.
Second gather going on here.
Go ahead, after you add that next patty, flip it over.
Do what?
Like flip it over so I'm picking up the punny on the cold side.
You got it. How about a taglia, or should I just flip it?
However you
I
want
need
to
a
flip
tag
it.
to flip it.
Oh, this is awesome. It's raining. Can you smell it?
Yeah, it smells great. Pancakes, folks. That is
pancakes.
tasty. The forbidden pancakes.
Okay, so the theory was to have all the color on the inside, which I like. It's crazy funny. And then I'm gonna punny it up, and Jake's gonna make a little bowl out of it.
Better grab these just in case. All right, folks, 108 people watching from all over the world.
So the thought process I had with this was the clear will magnify that color pattern on the inside. And now you saw they're all over the floor here.
Magnified on the hot shop floor,
But either way,
and not with any fingerprints.
Yeah, no fingerprints in this. Any fingerprints, it's more like you're gonna wind up sticking your bones in it eventually.
Yep, that's true.
All right, so when he was doing that, it was kind of flaring backwards on the punny. He's kind of doing something with this. This is interesting. Got some kind of pulled spikes in a way. It's got an indentation on that center portion. Using the jacks to give it a further flare internally.
It's actually looking really cool.
It's looking cool. It's definitely a prototype piece.
I think with like 20 Marinis flat side down, chipped into little eyeballs like slug eyes in the middle of this bowl would look really sweet.
I mean,
So
we do
now
have
that-
another pastorelli that it's spiked.
Right. Yeah, to catch them.
Oftentimes, pastorellis even have kind of ridges to them, so that they are all they kind of sit on the ridges versus sitting in between the metal steel.
Taken a class here at the Glass Academy before, you know the patented squisher is a very important product.
Super
or a
technical.
Tool, super technical tool of ours. And this is going to give it something flat to sit on the table, so you can put your Skittles in here.
Skittles?
Yeah, everyone loves Skittles.
I love Skittles. Definitely burning away here.
It's a splat bowl.
Splat bowl?
Splat bowl.
Splat bowl.
I got sweat splatting into my eyeballs.
Boop. Ba-doop.
Cool.
Interesting
pretty cool.
shapes.
That's pretty cool. And that's kind of, I feel like, the reaction I'm going to get to the majority of the things we do on this show is that's pretty cool. And then I see this show, we each have our own ideas, but I kind of want, my mom's going to be really arranging the whole thing and telling that it's going to be her idea, and I'll just kind of be along for the ride. But I really think that this show will be more of like a, we do something and we work with something and then we kind of sleep on it, and then next week it grows from that idea and we'll be trying new things. But I think when we experiment like this and you try something once or twice on a show, you could try it a million more times in a million different ways. So we'll be thinking about it all week long and growing with the idea. What'd you say?
Yes. I don't have a mic. So it gives us time to sleep on ideas and develop them, and there's no pressure because there's no product table. So it's like if everything falls on the floor, it's like, so what? Because we're practicing.
That's right.
I mean, this is really how we learn and how we do things. You just never see it. So Wheel
Now
of
you're
Names.
seeing it.
Got a
Wheel of Names
prototype?
sounds great.
Wheel of names.
Wheel of Names. And water.
Hi. Hello, Bridget. How are we doing?
How are you?
Wheel of names. Wheel of names.
So last week there were a lot of people that
So a lot of people applied last week. So we're really excited to definitely spin this wheel of names. And we got our trusty piece of paper. Got to block that in email.
Couple of questions before
And
we
it's
do
spinning.
this. Oh, no, here it
It's
comes.
spinning and it's stopping. And whoop. Can't show it.
Oh,
That's who won. You did a thing. You're getting a thing. You're going to get an email. Let's figure out who that is. Jake.
We will
How
figure
about
that
we
out. My questions was, or let's show them at least the pumpkin we got. We'll see the name in a second, but congratulations, folks. A squasher pumpkin, a sideways pumpkin with a beautiful gold stem.
Is that gold brown or iris? I think it's gold brown.
That is gold brown, I believe, yeah.
Gold brown.
That's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Someone's adding that to their pumpkin patch. But a couple questions about the Thursday show that I wanted to answer were, first, the timing is undefined. We want it to be spontaneous. We want it to be watched later, not necessarily live. We may not, and very likely won't be answering questions. It's going to be all our artistic brain power during the show. So it's going to be at an undisclosed time after 12 o'clock. And the other question was, it's completely free. It's going to be the same situation as the Gathering Point. We may come up with a name with it, and we may call it Gathering Point 2.0, or we may just start tacking numbers onto the Gathering Point show. It's undecided yet, but it's going to be on the same platform live to everybody who watches our shows now, and for many more that will join us in the future.
Well,
So-
thank you for watching, everybody. This is about time, or are we doing something else?
We got to do the giveaway.
We got to do the giveaway?
Yeah.
All right, what are we making?
I don't know. There's no theme other than orange theme.
So I suggest you break out something orange.
I think people love, well, let's see.
Should we make another pumpkin?
No, we just made a pumpkin.
I know we made a
Gave away a
pumpkin.
pumpkin. What,
gave away
what
a
are these
pumpkin?
things that were sold out here?
That was a mushroom.
A mushroom. We haven't done a mushroom in a long time.
Yeah, we're going to be doing mushroom classes again.
And that's true. Mushroom classes are opening back
Ah,
up.
looks like Sluggy Boy's gone.
Sluggy's gone.
Slug's gone.
So we'll take it to Mushroomville, and we'll hop
Mushroom.
around with the hobbits and the gnomes and the frogs and everyone else who hangs out with the mushrooms.
Mushroom, mushroom. Orange mushroom, white dots.
And here comes the name, which is exactly as her email was, Rihanna Couturier.
We have no idea if we're pronouncing that right.
Brianna Cloutier, congratulations.
Congratulations, folks.
Yes, definitely.
Another
Thank you.
beautiful handmade glass piece given away on our show, and we're happy to get glass in someone's hands. I hope she cherishes this cutie. We signed it, show it was 123 last week, giveaway. So that puts it down in history. And then I think we're gonna make a mushroom.
Mushroom.
Mom was telling me she really wanted to blow a lot of glass. Did you want to make this mushroom? That was a joke, folks.
I've never seen you guys make a mushroom before, so I can't make
I'll
you
make
mushroom.
a mushroom, but how about you, or you want to assist? Well, then would you grab an orange out for me, or whatever colors you want? You can choose colors. I'll make the mushroom. All right.
So it looks like Michelle is going to be choosing our color pattern for today, and Jake's just going to make it. This
How
will
many-
add to the kind of dynamic they want to practice together, because I know Chris and Jake here have a great dynamic going, and so do Jake and myself have a great dynamic. Michelle and Jake here need to practice that a little more.
We
so,
have a business dynamic, but not a hot shop dynamic.
yes.
So we need to round the edges here. But I was going to ask how many of you all have a list of things that you love in the world going on your phone or anything like that? Because I do, and it's pretty cool to look at that list sometimes when you're feeling weird or you want to get a new tattoo or anything like that. But on my list is petrichor, the smell of rain. And
It is currently
the rain
raining.
is pumping in here right now, the rain smell, and it is great, great goodness.
It is great. Let's just hope I don't wind up lakeside at my apartment again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
You're right.
My apartment's a little interesting these days. No need to get into that. What kind of colors are we getting out here? Looking like we got some sort of,
Naranja?
and we got, what was that, ruby?
Oh, copper
Copper ruby. And we
Nice.
got our orange here too.
Doing the one where you pull it out.
Yeah.
Some sort of pull-out technique on this mushroom. I don't know how this is exactly gonna go, but this is definitely gonna be interesting for me to watch, because I gotta learn to make these too.
Yeah, so the bubble, we'll blow a bubble, and then we'll grab a ball on the end of the bubble, and we'll pull that out to make the top and have it blow out into a ball to be the top cap, and then everything else left in the pipe is the stem. And it's a really tricky move, because a ½ inch of difference in depending on the thickness of the bubble and where the bubble's placed, but where you put the jacks to grab the top of it can make it either a totally lopsided mushroom or one that blows out way too weird on the top. You got to pick the exact correct spot to pull this thing out. So
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting getting that little spottage for the top of the mushroom there.
yeah,
Now he's only rolling it onto the top, because if he rolls it onto the stem, then it all's all one color. It doesn't look like a stem versus a top, and it's just all a little interesting.
you got it.
Answering
got?
some questions. Thursday, the time is random. I will tell you it's between 1 and 5 p.m. We want no pressure on the show. So if we need time to set up something, we don't want to be like, oh my God, it's 2 o'clock and we got to be on. So this is random. You got to have your phone
This
open.
is relaxation for us
Yep.
and relaxation for you all.
You can go back and watch replays. And then the other question was, how old is Jake in this picture from the Renaissance? 2017. He was
19?
19.
21.
Theoretically 21.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying numbers.
Fake ID comment or something?
I don't know.
Did Jake have a fake ID in a past life?
I never
He
had a
doesn't
fake
need one
ID.
right now. He doesn't need one anymore.
Nope.
Or did he get confiscated and
I
tagged
just-
to a bar?
Went to Germany. Who needs a fake ID if you're in Germany?
Oh yeah, my mom went to Germany once.
That's pretty sweet. Anybody else?
Hashtag Hagrid Flask, because my ice is melted again and everybody's really annoyed by the fact that I
Still jiggly.
pit stop. Michelle's really annoyed by the fact that I leave like water rings all over the entire facility these days. A little bit of a puff, get some ribs on that stem. I do have a feeling that the top of the mushroom is going to blow out and those ribs will kind of fade, but it will give some sort of color variation as it blows out.
Couldn't have said that better.
Michelle for the assist here.
I'm gonna try and give the stem a twist and leave the top straight. Blow.
Twisty stem.
Good.
Really interesting. He's kind of grabbing it in a similar
Blow.
location as, say, a gourd.
Good.
Got to get that break-off line there. That jack line. And now he's going to pull ever so. Too cold, got to get that heat.
Now it's kind of my security, and if it wasn't blowing out perfectly, which I know the bottom was blowing out, the stem was blowing out a little more than I wanted, then I can let the stem solidify a little bit and heat up just the top here. It'd be impossible to do the other way, because if I want to heat up the bottom, then I have to put the top into the hole and heat that up. So that's a beautiful way that we've designed this product.
Yeah,
To be
because
made.
you gotta have it hot. Now he's squashing
Good.
the top of this nubbin at the top, flat with the jacks, get that squishiness. And now he's gonna pull on all of that,
Blow.
kind of bend it back down. I think he might be
Good.
a little cold.
Remember, this is not looking orange right now, but
It may be orange,
It sure
and it's
will
copper
be.
ruby, but it does not look like that. It looks like a dirty brown right now. All colors.
dirt.
Dirt? Jake says dirt. So, gotta remember, at 2,000 degrees, everything looks like lava, bright glowing lava. So everything will be a different temperature no matter what we do. Now he's trying to get
Yeah,
that.
this will be a good one for the anneal reveal.
This will definitely be interesting.
Look at this little chubber.
Hey, chubby mushroom.
Aww. Little cutie. So you see the little twist I got in the stem, and then if you look
Yep.
at the top, pretty darn straight on the ribs.
Yeah, really straight on the ribs. And like I said, those ribs did kind of fan out and give some color variation,
Right.
but it will definitely pancake out and those ribs will stretch out, flatten out, simply because that's how the glass works.
And if you see the way we had our first mushroom presentated over here, we got a little dowel rod, or actually a chopstick, that will go right in here. And you could put this in your plant, you could put it in your garage, you could put it in your bedroom, wherever you want.
Great decoration.
So
Gotta
that's
love the
why
decorations.
I didn't close this down all the way. I'm gonna knock it off and polish the hole on the bottom.
And just for more clarity, that's called a spirella mushroom.
Spirella mushroom. Yeah, I did not know how to pronounce that one. Thank you so much. Michelle likes to name things in a very interesting pattern. She has fun with the names. Again, a blast to our creativity.
Cannot name an Italian name.
For the knockoff.
Hoppa.
And torching.
I'm gonna actually open that hole up a little bit, so just give it the work.
Woo!
Don't do that on camera.
Don't do it on camera?
I don't know.
I'm all the way.
Okay.
So it looks like Jake's coming in with a tool to just kind of try to open and flare that hole there. I don't think it's hot enough.
You know what I mean?
That is,
Send it there.
What happened? We're just gonna leave it?
yep. And it's away. And we will sign that mushroom later at a different point. And that will be our giveaway for next week. Hurrahs!
All
Michelle's
right.
putting away the gathering ball because we were going to use that earlier, but the piece was just smaller than we thought. How was it, Jake?
It's warm and it's great.
I think we're all going to go dancing in the rain later.
Yeah.
That was the giveaway piece.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I'm glad that was the giveaway piece, folks. We're gonna be giving that away to somebody next week with a sweet chopstick. And please enter into the e-news at glassacademy.com. You send your email in, your answer to this email, and you're entered to win. If we, when you're done with that, spin around and take one more look at this piece that was made earlier, because if anybody joined the show late, start it up from the beginning and see what we made at the very first piece of the show. That was a blast.
Absolutely crazy.
And that would be the medium size.
Medium
That's
size
the
hydro
size
flask?
that average people like to drink the average amount of water with, but some people like to go with the jumbo water size. But it's just kind of a hassle to carry around. I like carrying it, it just feels good to hold on to something, but I can understand why this is too big for a lot of backpacks. It barely fits in mine, but this is really nice. Oh yeah.
I had a refill of ice and water.
So that's right, folks. Hashtag Hydro Flask again. We love to show them what's up in the maker's field. Once over on the product one more time, we got all orange themed tonight, folks. You got wine stoppers. We got a beautiful mug here.
I like that mug.
Yeah, this is a really nice one with a beautiful pinch bit on it.
Pinch bit.
Earrings and necklaces we don't often feature. These are from another local artist that supports us and we support them. A little collaboration. So that's number 6, which is really cool on the show, and number 9.
We also have these great glass straws with a little enamel details. Oh, look at that teeny little paw
Super
prints.
cute. But everything's handmade, folks, by us or by another local artist here nearby us with the straws and the earrings. So support your local artists, support what we're doing. If you love the craft, if you love seeing the family business succeed, and that's how you do it, glassacademy.com. And I believe that's going to be doing it for our show today, folks. That was 125. 25 more to show 150, where we may get crazy and do something even crazier. Who knows? But it's going along beautifully, folks. And we will see you all this Thursday at an undisclosed time, afternoon. Have an amazing week, everyone.